Hi, and welcome to today's Real Estate Minute. My name is Thomas Cook from RE/MAX Hallmark, and my guest today is Joan Dalbianco, and she's Vice President for Real Estate Secured Lending in Toronto for TD Canada Trust. So welcome, Joan.
Thank you.
And today's topic is a condominium survey that TD Canada Trust did across Canada, and we're mainly interested today, Joan, on what those findings were for the Toronto, the GTA area. So what were some of those findings?
Okay, not surprisingly, in Toronto, one of the key features when someone's choosing a condo is security. So building security, particularly for women. Some of the other things that were very important to condo buyers in the Toronto area were proximity to public transportation, parking. One of the things that we were pleased to see, though, that was somewhat different than we had expected, were that customers are now looking for condos that are environmentally friendly. So green condos are energy efficient.
So you went a little deeper into a green condo. What would make that a green condo? And I think there's a specific definition for it now, isn't there?
Well, I think any condo that is taking into consideration energy efficiency in its building. There are some condos that are using materials that would be recycled materials. That didn't seem to be quite the focus of the customers that were involved in the survey. They seem to be more concerned around condo fees, maintenance costs, and they believe that energy efficient buildings are automatically going to take you to a better condo cost. I mean, your annual cost will be less if you're purchasing a condo that's an energy efficient building.
Sure. And I guess one of the things too is that I think there's a new thing coming along with the Ontario government where they're going to require that every condominium unit be individually metered. Right? So if you've got gas, for example, for a gas stove or perhaps a gas fireplace in some of the higher quality units, and also for electricity, each unit is going to be individually metered so that then people can control their own destiny, if you want to call it, right?
Yeah, it appears that way.
So how do you see the future for condominium construction in Toronto and the GTA?
I think condominiums are still an affordable way to get into the housing market. Convenience of being in the city when you're working in the city. From the condo study, at the moment, Torontonians who are buying condos are willing to pay between $200,000 and $400,000. So it's better than the housing market for them to get into Toronto and get into housing. And what we're understanding is that more and more condos are focusing on family-sized condos. So we're no longer are they building just one-bedroom small units. They're now building larger units with 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms for people who want to live in the city and raise a family.
So just on that note, we've noticed ourselves over the past probably 2 to 3 years maximum that we're now getting buyers moving up within the condominium lifestyle.
Right.
Always before, because there were only 1 bedrooms available, maybe a small 1 bedroom plus den or a small 2, people would typically get that initial condo starter, go there, stay there 2 to 3, maybe 5 years max, and then go on to a house. And now we're seeing for the first time that people are staying within the condominium lifestyle. They're going to a townhouse, they're going to a larger loft, some of the neat lofts and so on. So that's quite dynamic. Also, what we noticed too in Toronto is that for the first time we're getting a lot more condominiums east of Yonge as opposed to west of Yonge. And the interesting thing is it's got a bit of a synergy built into it, because as soon as a condominium building goes up in a different area like that, people are out on the street, right? They're walking to and from work, going out shopping and so on, and people drive around and say, wow, this looks like it's starting to be a nice neighborhood. And then another condominium sprouts up, so it sort of feeds on itself, right? And King West areas have certainly done that.